generations to come. So that's so important. And just love on Mother Nature, just like you would love on yourself, right? We just got out of February and we had self-love. We were celebrating self-love and also Black Power. We were celebrating Black History Month and Black History Month. So there's always a lot to be, happy about and lots of things to celebrate. And especially when you just look around you, you know, um, just being grateful for where you're at and what you're doing. All right, y'all. So you guys can turn your cameras on. We're up. So we're live streaming now from our YouTube page, so y'all can check it out. And then I know I had said this earlier, but if you want to share at the mic, type in familia in the chat box. Hey, Sean. Good to see everybody. Woo-hoo. All right, but yeah, so if you want to share the mic, type in familia. So go ahead and do that one more time for me. I was on the phone there just trying to make sure that I caught everybody, but I was on the road, y'all. I'm so sorry, and I have a backup. So I was like, let me just get on there. And but everybody got their snacks and their break and all that, right? So yeah, good. The features, you guys don't need to put familia. You already got your time, got your set time, no worries. So welcome to Tonalli Thursday. This is this show is, I think, since 2019. Yeah, we started in 2019, so that makes sense. 19, 20. Oh, like 5 years old. So yay, we're 5. Oh my goodness. We're kids. We're not toddlers anymore. We're kids. And it's a special night. We got Sean Hill in the house featuring woo woo. And we have Katherine Preza here. Woo-hoo. Feel free to use the emojis and show some love and all that. And just to kind of set the tone, Tonalli Thursday started out of a studio, an art gallery over in East LA. And so it's very, also the gallery is run by a maestra. She makes ofrendas. She makes altars during Dia de los Muertos and any time of the year. And it's the Esparza family. Anyhow, so the spirit of this mic, just so you know where it came from, the roots of this mic is very East LA, very bohemian artist. It's also very Chicanx and Latinx too. So that's why I say familia, type that in there in the chat and you'll be on the mic list. And everybody gets about 5 minutes and all art forms are welcome. So we don't tolerate hate, no hate speech, stuff like that. I'll be just, escort you out the door. We are inclusive and this is a community space. So just, we're very positive and loving. And anyway, it's good to see everybody here. Happy Women's History Month. And wow, I'm excited. So this is being live streamed. So this is gonna last forever on our LA Poet Society YouTube. So just FYI. All right, y'all. And actually, I'm gonna give you guys a chance. Go. You can unmute. You can unmute and say hey. How you doing, Sean?
What's up? Good to see you.
Catherine, good to see you. You look gorgeous. Good to see you. And everybody else that's supporting. Hi, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, there's some good poets in the building right here. There's some great poets in my house. I can't wait.
Yeah, let's do this. All right, so I'm just checking the chat to see where the familia is at. I think there were a couple gente that wanted to be on the mic. Or if you want to wait, it's all good. But features, y'all don't have to put your name down because you're features.
I was totally kidding. I just wanted to say familia a lot because that's a great, great word. And I know Donnie Jackson said family too. He has a hard time typing right now.
Donnie,
I know he said.
I got you. Cool. Let me go ahead and make that list.
Putting him on the spot right there.
Donnie Jackson, I'm putting you on my open mic list right now.
Oh, Donnie. Okay.
Uh-oh. Did he want to?
All right, I'll try to peer pressure you a little bit more later. No worries.
I can kick it off. I have a show and tell. So and then people, it's poet time, so people will all be entering the room as they want to. So I'll officially start it off. Again, thank you everybody for joining us. So it is Women's History Month, and I like to share and do some shouts for all these powerful ladies. And this is a book I got, I think, from Tia Chucha's Be Bold, Be Brave. And it's bilingual, and it's, all these different women of color of history, like historical iconic women, women identified folks. And this is one I read to my kids, my babies. So I'm just going to share a couple excerpts of those just to kind of welcome everyone to a women. This is our first event of March. So happy Women's History Month. Well, actually, our first mic, because last night I had a radio show in which I did have a guest. But we got Rita Moreno in the house here, because she was a movie star. Let's see. Yeah, who's this one? This is all Rita Moreno. Rita Moreno, Latinx actress from the golden era. Of course, Selena is in here, so cute. So I love these kind of books because as a BIPOC woman, I want my kids to learn about different figures, people that look like them, that, have been successful and have made history. And let's see, Ellen Ochoa, right? One of the first astronauts, Latinx astronauts. So it's really cute. Here, I'll just see if I can pull this out. So I know I'm doing more like a show and tell. That's okay. I'm so you guys can grow up the courage to to share at the mic. And then this is, let's see, who's this? Pura Beltre.
I feel like I'm sitting on my elementary school carpet right now. It's so,
I know, I'm like, you guys, I know, show and tell. I'll read some poetry right now. We'll get to some poetry right now. But let's see here. This one is, Sonia Sotomayor, right? Our Supreme Court Justice, the first Latinx one. So happy Women's History Month. And I'm going to share a poem by one of my icons that I got to meet in life, in the flesh. Sean, did you meet Yvonne de la Vega? I think you did, no?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, I think so too, because you guys were both she was, but you are still an activist.
For sure.
She passed away, I think in 2019 also. So I'm going to kick it off with reading a poem from her. And then again, if you want to be share at the mic, what I usually like to do is to sandwich our features with open mic folks. So if you want to share at the mic, just type in the word familia. All right, Karuna, I have you lit on the list too. Thank you. And let's see who else is on the list. Vin Diesel would say family. I'm looking at the chat. Okay, all right. Yay, we got more people joining. Okay. So this poem by Yvonne de la Vega is called, well, she's written some long ones here. Just want to honor her. Okay. Oh, how about this one? Gemini Man? Oh, here we go. Mauricio's coming. There's one called La Isla Solamente by Yvonne de la Vega. So I'm going to put this on speaker view. Okay. La Isla Solamente. It is a quiet clapping, no waves. The beach is perfect the way she combed it, her writing stick aimed, ready to commando words. Across the sand, every ripple on the water she has named, every shell, silver dollar, every palm frond fallen. She can even time the breezes if she wants to. There are only 11 seagulls. She has their potato chips. There is plenty enough for every beak. There are no humiliating squabbles to have to listen to. Clouds with colors, the Sistine ceiling, all as always, in perfect, lovely order. Designed by the rhythmic quiet lapping along her private beach where she controls all audio. But suddenly now, there, some full sail clipper, attempting anchor just yonder, there. She clicks her tongue with stink eye, and the yen, where are the words in the sand today? She stands with her stick and in vain tries to recall the poignant message she had dreamt and rose to scrawl for this day. It was brilliant. It was good. Now, what was it? Her winged familiar flies above, humming. At its side, a giant dragonfly, a discerning eye. And love looks like illusion. And if only the distant rumbling were tsunami to save her. If only the reef would rise like great barrier, sharks circling round, methane bubbles, fire corral, mines, Portuguese man o' war. She wants everything, but remembers this is now. This is after. And she wants not that hunger, not that intrusion, nor that dragonfly with its bright peacock wings, peacock wisdom, and not much more, which is nothing, which is everything. A fly, nonetheless, beautiful or no, disgruntled, holding a rusted key, ready to toss it into the newly agitated surf, the lock now missing, just gone. In love, sadness takes inventory of everything that might be moved or must be buried, reminiscing of when her island was pristine and void of any brightly winged illusion, when writing in the sand once came so easily. Wow, that was Yvonne de la Vega's poem, y'all. La Isla Solamente. And it's, thanks, yes, it's called Tomorrow. It's from a book called Tomorrow, Yvonne. Tomorrow, Yvonne, Poetry and Prose for Suicidal Egotists. And this is basically, it's a thick one, y'all. This has got kind of like her life work of poetry here, published by Punk Hostage Press, which is a small press in Los Angeles. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to one of the folks from the open mic, but thank you all for listening. And this is beautiful Yvonne as well. She's one of my mentors. I love her. I mean, she passed so young, in my opinion. She was like, I think barely 61. And you know, you think you have a longer time, but we're just, that's why every year, every moment is precious, folks, right? All right, let's get this party started. I'm gonna bring on somebody other than me talking. Let's see. Karuna, are you ready?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, can I go a little later? Can someone else go? If I may? Need a minute. I need to feed my cat. She's crying.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
Yeah, thank you. I'll just be back in a minute. I just need to put some food in a bowl, but I'll come back. Just in 2 minutes I need, please.
Yeah, not a problem. Okay, we'll come back to Karuna. And let's see. I know Sean mentioned Donnie, but I don't want to necessarily put him on the spot. Donnie, you ready? You want to share something at the mic?
No pressure, but all the pressure in the world.
Donnie J. All right.
Okay, we respect that.
All right. Here's what I'll do. I know there's more people that came into the room. I don't know if they're having some. Hi, Donnie. Nice to see you. All right. I'll read one more. I'll read one of my own, and then I'll pass it on to a feature. How about that? So we'll do, even if it's just. Oh yeah, Kunan, you. Well, would you like to share? If anybody else would like to share, just type in familia. No problem. Familia in the chat box. All right. I'll read one of mine. Again, yeah, no pressure on this one. All right, I'm gonna read one of my ancestral poems. So Catherine, here's my file for my next book, my own personal book. So I'm gonna read from that manuscript for you. All right. So a while ago, I found out more about my ancestors, and I took one of those DNA tests a DNA test. That's what it is. And it tells you about, where all your DNA is around the world and all this stuff. And then it links you to, your family tree. So anyway, here we go. This is called This Face. This face evolves into you, from me, to you, and before. It shows the path of each choice that led to love, to blunder, to sex, to reform, to reframe, to reconsider. It's the face of an era run over by men and the many bad apples they carry and turn over in their sacks. It's the face of an army that persuaded and then attacked. It's the face of a man blistered, blade and swords. Oops. It's the face of a womb with shotgun arms, held feet beyond her shadow. It's the emblem of the conquest and the conquered. It's the map of luxury that costs many lives. Cattle pleading, goats bleeding, a carnage of chickens fleecing coops. It's the face of sun-thickened desert scenes, the face of chiseled bronze, nourished alms, the snake's thorny cactus that bled too much, the taste of sweet nipples dripping like blades, delicate hand to keep you pumping hard for another life, another chance, another seed to tend and grow and bend for another lifetime, assured to glow for them and I. And that's dedicated to my linea, my matrilineal line there. And it goes, Wilson Sanchez de Bonilla Espinosa Armenta Guerra. And one of the places they lived was, well, there a lot of them, they're from the Sonoran Desert, from Sonora. And I know on my dad's side, they had a hacienda. They called it Hacienda de los Pájaros. So that's part of it too. So I dedicate it to all of them, all those beautiful women, those tough women. Oh my gosh, I've been learning more stories. Yee. And it's not just, I think it's just a generational trauma that a lot of us modern folks that we understand and we recognize, and where a lot of us are trying to change that, right? Change that cycle. And sometimes it is very hard, but a lot of times you need a lot of support to be able to push in a new direction, especially if your family is so used to being treated a certain way or living a certain way. And it's real, y'all. It's real. And I'll read one last poem of mine, and then I'm going to pass it over. I'm going to pass over to Miss Katherine. But this one I wrote for Dia de los Muertos. So it's an ancestral poem for all y'all. So this is dedicated to all of your gente, all of your familia. And again, thank you everyone for being here at Tonalli Thursday. And this is called Memory. It's in this memory of life that we keep each other alive. Beyond the veil of dark and light, again we wish to reunite. In our words of love that resurrect the days, the years of life we spent, together forever, or so it seemed, to be there for each other and to live our dreams. Today we remember the faces we loved. We imitate them to honor the legacy they've shown, and in this moment, their life force is strong and blends in with ours from the beyond. Let us cherish this time, hold hands to remind one another of the beauty our loved ones shared. From the drinks they enjoyed to the sweets they ate, their favorite games, their unique taste. In this we show that we care. We hold them dear in our hearts that grow and glow to show the world an infinite life that our beloveds rise in this bow and become ready to embrace as they cross this threshold and once again see their face. Ooh, is in this we bow, not we bow. Oh my God, I totally goofed my own poem. In this we bow, in this we bow. All right, yeah, in this we bow and become ready to embrace as they cross this threshold and once again see their face. That's the true ending there. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. It's been a great day. It's been busy. Lots of love. Thanks for listening. And let me I want to go ahead and bring up the bio of our first feature of the night. And I happen to know I think it's her premiere, so world premiere of this next guest. So I'm really excited to introduce you to her. And let me see, I have it here in my computer. Let me get her bio. I want to do right here. Here we go. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, she had it. I had it there. Sorry, I'm a little usually smoother than this. Let's see. Oh my gosh. What the? Where did I? Oh my gosh, I'm getting embarrassed here. Hold on. Oh, here we go. I found it. Okay. Here we go. So I'm gonna go back to gallery view. Good to see everybody. All right, so our world premiere of Katherine Preza, featured poet. She goes by Katherine Preza. She says she uses poetry to express her love for the world, nature, and others. She writes short stories and lyrics to fit her instrumental skills, because she's also a musician, a trombonist, among others instruments. She says, I have a heart for boleros, psychedelic rock, and you can always find her writing in in notebooks. Yeah, she's a writer, Latina, born and raised in the San Fernando Valley, and she's a bilingual poet, so she writes in English and Spanish. So you all ready for Katherine? Let's see some claps in there. Yeah, let's see some woo woo. All right, they're ready for you, Katherine. You ready? Yeah. All right, Katherine Preza has the floor. It's all you.
Okay. So this is my little notebook. I've been writing in it since like 7th grade. So let's start with sorry, I'm so sorry. Let's start with Star Maker. I wish I could be an astronaut to explore your universe. You seem so interesting. It's like I only know your name and I pick the petals to wish for more. You see, before I didn't really care about the stars, the moon shining that left that tender feeling in my heart, the clouds at sunrise tearing apart, all before I met you. All this feels like I'm walking in the wind with zero gravity. It's just you and me and the possibility of finding Andromeda on each other, the stardust, the comets. I promise not to break your heart. Thinking of us as the start is the creation of the earth to some extent. I think I might romanticize the idea of you being my world. The worlds twirl like a strand on my finger. They're probably observed the routine right now. Does he love me? Does he love me not? And I'll just spin the world. I picked all the petals, and I might settle for a smile if it means there's no perils and my sweaters don't go unappreciated. You're my star maker. Okay, it's the first one. Yeah. The second poem I actually wrote in the poetry club for Dia de los Muertos. It's for Mother Nature, plants. I love planting and stuff. So this one's called Brown Grass. Water me with buckets for my brown grass. Oh, please, water me. My life was full of roses, full of green and hummingbirds. They used to come to me while the wind waved my bushes, to bring life upon my garden, tea and marquees. Something that marks me in your heart. Water me. Soggy socks on the grass, screaming for mud. We miss the screams the children make. The children make about grass's squeaks. Oh, your socks. Water me. In another lifetime with angels and clouds, my clouds will always water you so your life could be cherished. Loving life is loving you.
Y'all can unmute and clap if you want to, or show love.
Just gonna give snaps.
Okay. On to the next portion. I will be sharing one of my songs. Actually, I wrote it completely in Spanish, just in the bolero type of style. It's something that's always been close to my heart. So when I write, I just let everything come together in the way that it should. So this one is called Pienso en ti. And I'm sorry I don't have like the instruments. It's just I was gonna work on my guitar, but my strings broke. Te pienso demasiado, mi amor. Te amo sin hablarte. Tú eres el arte que la gente quiere ver. De mi parte, eres la hermosura. Es una tortura no poderte ver. Al solo mirarte, mi amor, caigo en olvido. Al solo mirarte, mi amor, con tus ojos bonitos, mueves el palpito de mi corazón, con el ritmo de mis celos, pidiéndote un beso, pidiéndote un beso. Quiero ser tu enero para beberte con mi alma. Es lo más sincero, lo más cierto de mi vida. Ay, te pienso demasiado.
Woo! That was stunning. Oh my God, gorgeous. You have such a beautiful voice.
It was emotionally very moving. That's why I had to go off video just to close my eyes and just feel this, soul of it. So that was very emotionally moving. Thank you.
Thank you. So, can we pass the mic real quickly to Sean?
All right, you want to pass it on and you want to come back, or you want to just
I'll come back.
All right, that sounds cool. Okay. All right, let's hear it for Katherine Preza. Woo! You guys can unmute yourselves, show some love.
That was amazing, Katherine. For real. You really touched my heart right there.
Beautiful. You did good, Katherine. Woo!
Let's go, Katherine.
Let's go, Katherine.
I love the love in here, y'all. Thank you for supporting and being present together. This is awesome. And yeah, that was amazing. Her poetry and her song, your song is beautiful. It totally took me back too. It kind of sounded, it remind me of Sabor a me a little bit too. I was like, oh, this is so really beautiful. Like, you got this. Oh my gosh. You're going to have an album soon. That was fantastic. Yeah. Also, I want to mention, y'all, I should have mentioned with her bio, but Katherine is the LA Poet Society intern. She's been hooking us up, being our social media designer, and we have some prompts coming up for Women's Month that I'm a day late already. I'm sorry. It's gonna get me for that one, but she's put together a great list of quotes and stuff that I hope inspire y'all. But we love Katherine, and I'm really happy to be in partnership and seeing you just shine. It's so beautiful. Yay. All right. So she's like, pass it over. So we're going to pass it over, and I'm going to head back to our open mic list. I have a couple folks here, and I want to see, Karuna, are you ready? Yeah. All right, Karuna, let's hear it.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. This is my second, last night I was at an event at Rent a Poet, and that was the first time live. So, like since meeting Sean at the Plantix event last month, I've just opened more doors for my healing space through writing. I used to avoid writing. So, I'm a graphic designer by profession, but I think like finding writing is my another escape besides art. It has been really like, like little blossoming feeling for me in my healing space. So I wrote something last week and I shared it last night, and I'll share just 2 poems. They're small, 3-minute read. It's about hope, first one. And again, thank you for letting me be in this space and, bearing with the poem. And here it goes. Hope. Sometimes the life can be a blur. Sometimes the life can blur us. Sometimes hope seems near. Sometimes fear is all near. Sometimes faith is blurred. Sometimes blur is just a fog. With times of faith, hope, everything is clear. So that's one. Thank you. The second one is, I came from a space of learning to love myself a lot more than I used to love myself, but not put myself as first to love myself, and after the heartache and learning through that, picking up myself again and, creating new memories. And so this was just thoughts that I put down. It's about love myself. And here we go. What we ask ourselves is at times not given. What we ask others is at times not seen. What we ask of ourselves is clarity. What we seek in others is honesty. How does one find a way through it all? Perhaps we give too much of ourselves to others to not be seen. At times we realize what we give others is what is needed most by me. That's it. Thank you.
All right, that was beautiful. I love it. It's very like soul searching. Wow. And I think when we're examining ourselves and just, in our own truth, that's when a lot of that healing happens. And thank you for sharing with us. Woo! Welcome to the Los Angeles Poet Society. Also, I just want to let you all know here too, everybody, we have every month we have Meditation Mondays. Led by Alex Petunia, and actually it's coming up this Monday, but it's always the first Monday of the month, and it's like meditation, journaling, writing, and she does some breath work. It's all through Zoom, so you're welcome to join us too. And we do know, and we do feel, creativity is our healing power. It's our unique goddess power, right? So it definitely is. It's such a beautiful thing to explore and just, for wellness too, right? To help ourselves. All right. Lots of love. Snap, snap, snaps. So remember, folks, if you want to share at the open mic, all genres are welcome. You have up to 5 minutes. Just put in the word familia there in the chat. Let's see. I'm going to go back to my list and let's see. Donnie, are you down to share? Oh, wait, no, you were going to you just wanted to listen. That's right. I'm sorry. Sean, you got me into.
I know, right? I know. That's what I do.
I don't want to pressure folks. All right. Oh, cool. We got a couple folks that signed up. All right. I'm gonna go over to Kundan. Kundan, welcome. Would you like to share?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So yeah, I guess I'll share a couple of pieces. This is a newer piece. Wrote this on January 11th, 2022. So 1/11/22. This is called a collective camouflage. There was once a village that had been pillaged many times. What a crime. The pillagers always blamed the villagers for being too weak and inviting sneak attacks behind their backs. So they decided to be strong. But the pillagers decided this was still wrong. They still came in huge throngs with new weapons, such as giant magic gongs, to disarm their very arms from using their own stronger arms and even stronger weapons. This time, the pillagers blamed the villagers for being too aggressive, claiming the villagers scared them into feeling cornered. That's why they didn't care. Over time, the villagers decided the only way out was through developing a special camouflage of skin that seemed neither too weak nor too strong. It worked for a while, but over centuries, it cost miles of labor to maintain such a facade. It stressed them out. They started getting sick, both in their minds at first and then in their bodies. No one could figure out why. The pillagers had also decided a new form of control now, without bloodshed, but instead slow mindset. Encouraging this camouflage programming while hiding it and blaming it on individuals and their made-up so-called pathology instead of the collective skin that needed to be shed. It took many decades of networks of both healers and military strategists secretly working together to investigate and uncover the truth while being strong, and yet also becoming whole, including gentleness too whenever needed, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and psychosocially. After many centuries, it started working. The collective camouflage started shedding. The shame they had that actually belongs to the colonial pillagers was returned back to them. At last, liberation. Poem.
That was fantastic. Would you like to share one more piece?
Sure. Let me see. What will I share today? This is called Where I'm From, written on August 9th, 2022. On Earth, I'm from where Buddhist ponytail or monk schools were within walking distance. Monks came daily for alms, Hindu puja every morning and evening, Sikh warrior stories told every Sunday, then communal langar or lunch. With food, everyone contributed and cooked together. I'm from where mutual generosity was a daily embodiment, in giving alms to monks daily, in making sure every guest was fed, because we saw them as an avatar of Lakshmi Narayan, and even our greeting being, "Have you eaten yet?" instead of "Hi." I'm from where colonizers tried to cripple us before they left by covertly instigating the mass assassination of the father of our country and his entire cabinet too, which resulted in what some historians say has been quite possibly the longest running civil war in history. I'm from where his daughter emerged decades later as our mother, fighting for our freedom, a world where we continue to live for the true reality of mutual generosity, peace, and kindness, underlying the oppressive systems overlaid on top of it. I'm from where systemic cruelty and kindness coexist, not as an epic battle between good and evil, but between those who want to deny the generous, interconnected coexistence nature of life itself, and those who live to embody that truth and bridge the gap, while being aware both reality and denial of reality exists in all of us, and also the systems we perpetuate. I'm from where we don't believe in hope, because we see it as the same as lust and fear, but we don't despair in hopelessness either, because the endless generosity of true underlying base reality is our anchor, despite the daily attempts to disconnect us from it. I'm from when we know truth shall triumph in the end, because she's not only immortal, but timeless. She's my first ancestor, my beloved friend, my daily guide, my everything. Satyame Vijaya. Jai Ma.
All right, Kundan. Thank you. Righteousness. I love it. All the activism in your work. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, y'all can unmute, show some love.
Woo! My gosh.
Ooh.
Deepness.
All right.
Appreciate you, Kun. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kundan. That was
Yeah.
very deep. It took me back to my roots back home in India.
One of the reasons why I wrote that is because I don't know if you know this, but even though the British, left 7 decades ago in my country, which is Myanmar, but also other surrounding countries, thousands of their British colonial laws are still in place. And one of them, for example, is their, I forgot the code, SB something, but is the homophobic anti-sodomy laws, right? And then India, as far as I know, India is the only country that finally outlawed it in 2018. But even India took 7 decades, right? And so for me, it's really annoying when these Western liberals and leftists and colonizers come and criticize us for our people being homophobic, when in reality, we were not homophobic before colonization, right? We had gender diversity. This is literally a legacy of colonialism, to the point that the law still exists. In fact, as far as I know, Rwanda is the only country that finally outlawed thousands of its colonial laws. Even they did it only in 2019. So I wanted to show how we're beyond these false binaries of we're not savages. We have a civil war going on. We have a military coup going on, but we also have these practices such as, have you eaten yet? So we're a mixture of different people, like all people, of different qualities, like everybody in the world.
Absolutely. Truth. We're here at Tonalli Thursday. Thank you all for bringing truth to our mic. I love that. And that's, our art is a form of activism. They call us artivists, right? We use it for that. So,
I mean, in our mythological stories too, we've had avatars, that were there and living historical stories and temples. Of course, we were colonized, but I truly resonate with that. It's a civil war of chosen warriors that are breaking generational curse, and we find those spaces or those vibrations together collectively to be more stronger, because we survived.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like we're still here. They think that they're gonna bury us, right? What is it? They thought would bury us, but little did they know we were seeds,
We
right?
were seeds,
Apple
yeah.
seeds. We are apple seeds. We grow everywhere we fall.
Yes, resilience. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna pass the mic on over. We got a couple more guests at the mic, and then we'll bring up Sean, and we'll come back to Catherine. And I don't know, maybe you guys want to pass like tenant do the volley. I don't know how. I don't know what you guys want to do, but I'm down. I'm down to accommodate, and I love it. This is great. All right, so next we have Ale Garcia. Let's hear for Ale. Woo-hoo.
Hi. So, it's don't really know what to call it. It's something I've had with me ever since the 4th grade. I unfortunately lost a friend before I wrote this little statement right here. So at the end there will be a question that she wanted me to like go ahead and ask people, but it's called forward. Find what's forward. Not much people know what's there, and for those people who try to see the thing they hope to be. Not much know about the difficulty that just holds us back, but back isn't the way to go. Our goal is forward. Forward is what we're hoping for, hoping to see what we will be. And what we will be is something we have found. We found what's forward and we want to keep forward. And the question is, what's your forward? What do you guys think forward is to you? Because in reality, none of us really know what we will see in the future, but also the future is something very exciting to see.
Woo, I love it. This is deep tonight, very philosophical. Thank you, Ale. I love also you dedicated that to your friend too. And what does forward look to you all? What does forward look like to you, y'all? I'm gonna type that in the chat box and share your responses. There, I just retype it. Future forward. I love that, Scott. Heck yeah. I know I feel like we all have our own. Honestly, I love the way you put that too, you know, the way, you know, what is forward, moving forward, what is that? What does it look like? What, you know, usually when we stifle around going in circles, you know, sometimes we get into some bad cycles and it's hard to break out of that circle just because you're just so used to it, right? And like I love that. Like, what is forward? What is forward? Oh, I love it. Thank you for that, Ale. Got forward. Donnie says, keeping our eyes and our hearts open. Karuna says, faith and fear both ask us to choose. We choose faith and move forward rather than be paralyzed by fear and stay back. Yes. Fear is total paralysis, right? Nothing grows, nothing changes with that fear. You're right. Catherine says, my forward is love for everything, accepting defeat and continuing to be loving, that above everything. Oh yeah, love. I love it. You guys are awesome. Faith, love, being fearless, righteous, love is family, friends, future, the truth to what makes life beautiful. Absolutely. Oh, y'all are awesome. Let's you give it up for everybody in the room. You guys are fantastic. Lots of philosophers, truth tellers, activists in here. People that are not afraid to be themselves and just really share what they're feeling, what they're going through, what's on their mind. And thank you for taking us on your journeys and offering your truth and, you know, healing, right? You're all offering methods of healing and just things that we can learn from each other. Ooh, Sean has a poem in here. All right. What's your forward? He says, it's remembering the stories we've heard today, the colonizing and the love, the stories and the truths, and how we leave past pain, but remember the lessons of the past to not repeat, to treat each other better than ever. Seeing the reflection of ourselves in anyone we see and the mirror we see, We only wish to love and support them. Dang, Sean. Poet. He just stream of consciousness, like pop, poop. Here's what I think for it. Wisdom. I love it. All right. If y'all want to save the chat, you can click those 3 dots and you can always save all this awesome, just wonderful life advice and reflections. This is fantastic. All right. A lot of love to y'all. Thank you, Ale, for the inspiration. And we're going to bring up Scott. Scott K, you ready? Next at the mic. Yeah. All right. Let's hear for Scott, y'all.
I had Zoom fright, not stage fright. What a beautiful room. Thank you. I love the chain of poetry families in love. So beautiful. Thank you. All right, just a little something. It's from some early morning inspiration. Thanks, Donnie. Wake up to the sound of cries. No time as I arose to drop tears from eyes. No time to drop the beat of a rhythm or negativity. The best of a heart and balance. I'm tired, I'm up. No draft, no extra momentum to make the first right. No second to waste. No more and say goodnight to the dawn. Like the senses, I'm on it. Turning around those 2 letters in 5 times and uttered, and now negativity's gone. And a rose before dawn has arisen, a petal to the metal of vases encased in glass, captured before it has time to pass through hands as I catch it on edge and of the open container, turning down, draining, explaining to self above any, accepting the plan that's unfolding in hand, the rapturous towel of freedom, empowered and yowling, growling, and every sound that a cowardly drought of intention releases and dripping in doubt encased. A new image, an old word, a new hope of old swords and old wounds, a new excellence in performance, expression, impressions, authentic and hectic, diverse, entropactic, enacted, synaptic inverse in the universe blasted, holes in the day to make way for the night. By the pawn at this time, by end of the day, I'm a king and I'm conscious my ego is conquered. My sins and my daughters are sleeping and potty trained, high on my energy, giving the seed for a next generation to praise on the highest. Consequent sequence, a weave interlocked in completion, a life force, a conduit flowing. We own or hold on to the ground of our feet, and the charge is electric and positive. Only the words are illogical. Elevate, held above, negative knowing what's under the surface and still only seeing the dream that's before me. Inherited, held, and emboldened, let's go there. I'm leading and you and me feeling, receiving, believing, and being as one in perception, endeavor, and faithfully excellent, yes. For the flesh that we're breathing in heavenly bodies together like tigers, we're living together in peace forever in unity, love, and above all, we're all having fun as we smile. Why not? And of course, as we move down the court through the lane, we say bust it and dunk alley-oop pass, and also we dunk it together. We drink it l'chaim and wash away amen yadayim. All unreality lies until only the truth hits the floor where we stand. Understanding and landing in new ordered land and remembering everything past as we never forget, and as yet we keep moving forever together and better each other in love with heavenly gifts from our love we created in 6 days together, then rested together with separate knowledge of each of us rising a star in the galaxy, each of us breathed with the other, and author in each of us building the story together, supporting the everyone, each of our voices in harmony, dreaming harmonics and sound compositions, arrange the positions with space and connection, interrogatory and lacing like beautiful phrases, the most effort, complex design, never ending and better. The outside is sheltering compound protection. We held up for all of us, shaded and bracing for greatness in each of us. Peace.
Ooh, wow. Oh, that was awesome. It's epic right there. Go ahead and show some love.
Did you even breathe, Scott? Did you even breathe? Did you take a breath? That deepness.
After chilling with y'all pandemic, I definitely breathe a little more.
That was incredible.
Beautiful, man. Y'all, I love how y'all still got it.
Wait, there we go. Awesome. Fabulous. Fabulous. All right, y'all. So another call if anybody else wants to share at the mic.
The suspense. And I think you're muted. Are you muted, Jess? Were you doing that on purpose? You're doing that on purpose.
Oh my God, I was muted the whole time. Oh, how embarrassing. Oh my God.
Well, I got your back. So I got your back, though. It's okay.
I was just saying. Oh Lord. I was saying if anybody else would like to sign up for the mic, type in familia in the chat and we'll bring you up after the next featured guest. And then I was saying all genres are welcome. Everybody has up to 5 minutes. And I was saying if you want to tell a joke, if you want to sing a song, and I was saying, remember Riot Wednesday, Sean? We would see comedians and all kinds of folks come up to that mic. Bands would play, and anyway, we welcome everything. If you have your band, you put on your camera and you got a whole 5-piece orchestra, or well, not orchestra, 5-piece band behind you. That would be cool. You know, we'd love to see it. So just saying. Okay, guys. So we're gonna bring up our next feature, and I want to screen share a bit here. Let's see. Yeah, I see all the you're muted in the chat. Gosh, how smooth. I've only been doing this for a few years, or maybe more than that. But anyway, it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, right? Todd Parr says that. Okay, screen share time. I know. I thought I was cool. I'm not cool. It's all right. I already accepted it. But this is our next feature. I just want to show you. Look at this website. This is probably all the places. Oh, this is all the places he's been.
Wait a minute. Before this gets any more awkward, this is definitely not my website.
It's not Sean Hill Poetry?
No, mine is letsbendreality.com. But this guy is also a poet. He's been around for years, and I keep getting confused with him multiple times. And it's not an insult, though. He does some great work. I'm not gonna lie. I've checked out his poetry. I'm proud we have the same name.
I know you're Sean Raymond Hill, right?
Yep. I had to do that for legal purposes.
We're like, there's copyright infringement issues. This is our friend. This is our Sean. Woohoo! All right. Well, I have his bio. I'm going to read it here, but I just, wanted to show y'all how much this brother does. And those ads were not part of his site. Just FYI. But he does workshops. He's done TED Talks. And what is all anyway, let me just go to his bio. But that's him in the flesh. We have Sean Hill. So let me just sorry, Sean, I didn't rehearse that. I should have had it all planned. But nevertheless, I do have a bio, and here we go. Sean Hill is an award-winning multidisciplinary artist and humanitarian with the focus of supporting universal inner and outer peace in a realistic, fun, and passionate way. As a SAG actor, host, speaker, touring spoken word artist, and workshop facilitator, he has shared stages and pages with Oscar winners, platinum singers, Grammy winners, literary giants like Kevin Powell, formerly Eve Ensler, Jessica Care Moore, Nikki Giovanni, and children from youth homes sharing poems for the first time. He traveled to help build 2 gender-equal schools in Malawi and Nepal. Quote, "It is better to light a candle than to curse the dark," end quote. And he's got a Patreon, which I'll put in the chat, and you can follow him at Let's Bend Reality. And I love Sean. He's really like one of my close folks, one of my familia, my brother. And I'm just honored to have you here featuring for us today at Tonalli Thursday. So let's give it up for Sean Hill, y'all. Woo-hoo.
I'm gonna give you all a little theatrical.
We
beginning.
love you.
Love you back. Love you back. Mm-hmm. 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 I open mics like autopsies, commune with perspectives like dissected organs, absorbing the truth within every story until I needed a sedative. I became bored with the negatives, lyrically spliced life was much like rolled dice and practice true positivity to laugh finally became immune to negativity like oranges with vitamin C, breaking hinges off the door if you invited me to a pity party, hardly a force to be reckoned with, infected with so much positivity, I pee pet peeves until my pee is seen clearly. So positive, even the negative in my mind added a line just to become a plus sign to stop opposing and grow with me. Even my fears want to hang out sometimes, and I hug them until they can cope with the scope of non-existence. It's just what happens when a focused mind has way too much time to think. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. My name is Sean Hill, Tonalli Thursdays. I am pleased to meet you. How are we doing? How are we doing, people? How are we doing? Oh, that is how I wanted to start this off. I have so much time to spend with y'all today, and I'm going to spend every minute of it. All right, guaranteed your money back. And I felt like the right way to do this, okay, was to go with all of the long pieces that I don't normally get to share. So y'all are gonna be listening good. If you need to use the bathroom, I won't be offended. Okay, it's gonna be all right. And I think if anything, I want to do this partially poetry marathon style, and then I'll insert some really good stories every now and again. Deal or no deal? Yeah. Oh man, it's so good to see all your faces here. I'm having like poetry workshop flashbacks and stuff right now. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let me give a shout out to them real quick. For those of you that don't know, during the quarantine, a lot of people were asking me to start like something with poetry, do something poetic, like, yo, we need poetry right now. I literally got a message one time that just said, Sean, we need poetry right now. And I started a workshop. So quick, y'all. And I did not know how much people wanted poetry, wanted a safe space, wanted to talk about things. And so that's what I was trying to do my best to give back. And y'all are giving it back to me 10 times over. So thank you to the poetry workshop peeps that are in the building. Thanks to the vets here, the Dottie and the Treasure Jay in the building. What? This is pleasant surprise right now. Oh, and then of course, Jessica, everything you've been doing. Gosh, you inspire me to do more poetry events. Okay, I thought I did a lot of poetry events, y'all. Let me tell you, that LA Poet Society, they have events when they're asleep. I don't even know how they do it. I'm like, you're asleep. How are you still recording right now? Are you podcasting? Are you poetrying in your sleep? That's amazing. Amazing. All right, so let's dive in. Wanted to start off with a couple of small pieces to warm me up, and then I'll do the you gotta hold in your bladder pieces in a little bit, okay? All right. This is called We Are Beautiful. Loving life, living light. Living life lighter than a feather. Leave no trace but tracks of love. Sharing smiles like show and tell is everyday duck, goose kind of laughter. Playing games of moments where there is no after. No leftovers, no seconds, except seconds of time. Delicious, wishing everyone can taste. What's funny is everyone can make it. Passion everlasting. Remembering dreams from a lovely rest. Wake up, another fun test. Another way to live life better than best. Another day to pay it forward for free. So easy. Keeping every word like promises. Then let it be. Letting go of who we thought we were, get a tiny brief buzz of who we can be. Sifting out what we don't want, accepting what we do when it comes through. Hard work feels beautiful. Determination feels beautiful. This journey feels beautiful. You feel beautiful. You feel beautiful. Feel beautiful, feel, beautiful, so beautiful. Thanks for listening, y'all. Thanks for listening. Oh, first piece down, getting in, we're getting it in. Y'all feeling beautiful yet? Y'all feeling beautiful? Yeah, that brainwashing work? I hope it did. I hope it did. Next piece. This is one of those poems where, like, as a poet, I know there's a lot of us that, like, we see a problem in the world or we see like something wrong, and there's some like superhero part of us that wants to solve it. Like, we think, oh, if I can just put this into one poem, I will create world peace, right? And I started to really believe that, and and I think it's something that's so beautifully naive in the best way possible, because I've realized how many people in this world have created such change by seeming naive, right? By being naive, right? And I realized those are some of the best people that have ever changed the world. So this is another poem dedicated to hopefully healing and solving more things in this world, all right? This is called Arguments Are Shoelaces. Two hands tugging, pulling at the same piece of string, trying to do the same thing, achieve the same goal, pulling, constantly struggling, different angles, always believing their part of string deserves to be looped first, driving each other knots, forgetting at important times they are forever connected to the same source, holding on to different points. Oh, if they could just let go, let their place go, understand the dance, beginning the mingling of string, ending either first or last ring to close the loop. Rest secure. The other was always just trying to hold the other tightly, lovingly close to their same soul. Thanks for listening, y'all. And I hope you got the pun on that, because I said driving each other knots, and I said the same soul as in the bottom of the shoe, like the shoe sole. Did y'all get that? I don't like spoon feeding, meanings too often, but that one was so fun. It was so fun to come up with. Shout out to all the poets in there who love sharing puns. Come on now.
Here I thought you were making a pun on my kid's name, Soul, and I was like, oh.
Oh my gosh.
Personal.
I would never do such things. Oh my gosh. I would never step on soul like that. No, that wasn't. Was that? I don't know. Sometimes I know jokes are a lot funnier in my mind, and I got to remember that. And that's where they should stay sometimes. All right, y'all. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna go. Let's see. I had my list here. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll do one long one right now. Yeah, this feels right. All right, here we go. This one I started writing for a high school Black History Month performance online, and then I did it again each year, and I would change a few things to kind of, make it fit the current state as best I can. But I think this is one of the closest versions that I've been really feeling good with, y'all. And for all those those just starting out poetry or finding words again, like Karuna was saying, I'm so glad you're diving into poetry more. It never gets old, y'all. Like, finding even more effective ways of saying something, or finally, like, okay, I'm just gonna settle with this poem the way it is now. And in our mind, we're like settling, but other people are like, oh my God, that was like amazing. That was a perfect poem. And you're like, what? But I want like 5 more drafts. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And so it's always fun to feel like, okay, I'm at peace right now with this poem, So I'm probably gonna change this poem in another week. All right, here we go. Get ready, y'all. Get ready. Black history is never over until we say it's over. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, let me stop. Yeah, you are Black history in the making. Black history you are creating. From Black history you were created. We all are from Black history. So whether you're blackety black or not heavily melanated, you are heavenly, genetically, beautiful, visually, and just your being is so sacred, it's silly, really. From the lightest brown skin to the darkest black, and every shade in between that, aboriginal or not, you're amazing. We are truly magnificent, any hue, never forget that. Because to this day, we can turn anything gray into blue skies. We give each other hellos with full depth of the lows and highs we've hit in this historical journey, keeping our purpose gloriously towards unity and love. Selfless and stylish at the same time, powerful and humble in the same rhyme. And we still teach others how to appreciate another human's beauty, because up to this second, many disrespect or insult those of a different color skin, and the irony lies in the lies they were told that were ironed in, which turned a part of their heart in a mold. And I have empathy for those who never learned how beautiful we all are. There's so many people and nations with sins and scars which don't have to be so painful. When we see our scars instead as lesson plans for healing, when we wrap each other with apologies like a sweater, then put power into action and change like Curtis Jackson, we apply those same lessons like homework. This is the time to get ready for any pop quiz when some people still question our right to fully live. Sometimes we need a deep breath to lose our temper a lot less when we remember just how blessed we are. No hashtag. Our social media as a people began with charting stars 7,000 years ago, 700 miles south of Giza in Egypt, making the oldest astronomical observatory. No wonder we can see the light in each other so effortlessly. We must be Black history in the making. Black history so creative, Black history elevating, Black history is a part of all our histories. Nope, this isn't tricky. Black history is all of us, whether some like it or not. Life originating in Africa is really only the subplot. Africa was given that name by Roman conquerors. The original ancient name of Africa is Alke Bulan, or mother of mankind. And Pangea before that, but before getting too deep, let me remind, being Black, like any culture, is infinite and ever evolving. It isn't only barbecues and churches. It can be vegan foods and different religious or non-religious views. It isn't just African Americans, but with Africa to Asia to all the Americas, German, Russian, Ukrainian, Black people can be Panamanian or Tasmanian, Afro-Colombian, but still Black like I am, if that's how they wish to identify their culture by a color. One more thing, Black culture isn't just rap videos and MLK having a dream. It's also the jazz and spoken word that influenced the hip hop mainstream. All the Black women supporters, inventors, and creators we need to remember and acknowledge. A Black woman gave MLK the idea to share his dream. We are open-minded, not perfect, and not a monolith. And if you don't know that word, never scary to open a dictionary. We can redefine and realign for ourselves what it means to be young, gifted, Black, and beautiful. It's a universal tool for every hue to love your skin, your culture, your being as much or even more than I do. And again, for those insecure still, I believe every color of skin is kin and is beautiful. And it's good to know someone complimenting or loving their own past or current culture is never an insult to another. We all have time enough to give appreciation to each other, all human sisters and brothers, because we are Black history in the making. Black history we are creating. Black history we're elevating. Black history is all our histories interconnected. Some got confiscated. Some of them got debated. Some histories were never celebrated. Carter G. Woodson first invented Negro History Week, hoping it would be eventually a Negro History Year. So this poem is dedicated to a new Black History Year being created right here, right now. This poem is a keepsake, a memento, an anchor, a seed that when it's planted, you can never lose yourself, when you know your full worth. For all the ancestors that never knew this day would come true, that all of you could love yourselves and who you are while not competing, but celebrating each other, and even share the same room, Zoom room included, because you can embrace your own culture while still learning about another. And many people don't love others because they don't love themselves. So much peace exists when we are at peace with ourselves and who we are, and find the joy in supporting another group of people who aren't you, but who just want to love living life too. So please remember, Black history supports you. and helped create you. Black history for some of us is especially you. It's your dreams and goals, your love of life and how you live it. It's the effort you put into every day you're living, knowing you are a part of the present, a gift given from your parents to the future of the planet. Can't you understand it? You are Black history too. Everything you've been through, everything you believe in to be the best you. So just like a dream can't come alive without hard work, Black history worked so very hard to be remembered today so you can be its dream come true. You are a dream ready to ignite. You are a dream come to life. You are a dream so bright you can witness your own beauty, especially when it's night. And I know it gets scary when you remember who you are is legendary. And we all have a part to play to make this play of life Tony Award winning in every inning. From beginning to ending, every second is a blessing to remember you are Black history and amazing. In the making, you are Black history so amazing. You are Black history elevated. And I sincerely hope every atom of you feels celebrated. Whew. Thanks for listening, y'all. My gosh. I wasn't kidding, right? I wasn't kidding about the marathons. Like we got more to go. Oh, questions, comments, considerations. What's up, Jess? I see you.
That was amazing. No, man, that was amazing. And I was like, are you reading it from your screen or you got that memorized? Because I know
come on now.
You got that skill too. I'm like,
right. No, I've done a lot of teleprompter practice, y'all. A lot of reading from the screen. Like this quarantine, y'all. If you don't know how to read from your screen, I might start teaching that in my workshops, like because it is a gift. It helps out. Helps you connect right with the audience more.
Absolutely.
It's so
you're phenomenal. That was power. I love everything that you said. And like, this is Black history right now in the making, today, tonight, every day, and I love, we got to celebrate each other. That's fabulous. I
Yes. And I'm still having those conversations with all brown people as well. Like we forget, I think, how much our history is interconnected and the shared kind of genealogy. And I'm glad you did the 23andMe thing, because I was finding out I'm 20% indigenous to the Americas, which was crazy to find out. And then I'm like 30% West African. And then like, I think it was like 20% or something European, also like Northern or Southern European, I forget. Yeah. So it was like crazy to find out all that stuff, how really literally interconnected we all are, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so empowering. And like, I feel like we have these, just our own kind of like box that we're in or that we grow up in, right, from our family. But when we see like everything, all our roots right there, merging into our blood on the screen, it's really awesome, like to see that connectivity and, just charting our life. It's really empowering.
What?
Heck yeah, y'all can unmute, but I'm not saying you're done yet, but
because I'm not.
Because that was fantastic.
That's so much more to share with y'all. That we're just starting. Y'all. That was like a mini intermission. Yeah. Oh man, it's been good, y'all. So I'm gonna do another one that's a little short on the short end. And even though I don't like judging my poems by length, I felt like I should let y'all know that. I don't know why. That feels kind of weird now. This is just another poem. And I think if anything, all this whole set of poetry I'm sharing with y'all, I wanted to make sure it touched on enough different topics that kind of always unite my overall mission statement of world peace through inner peace, right? So in case, you don't know that about me yet, that's kind of just been my goal as an artist, whether it's acting, poetry, hosting events. I always make sure to tie that in somehow. A lot of the fundraisers I've hosted or events that I've hosted were all up my alley because I started keeping that mission statement. So then it would make sense that I keep gravitating towards things and events and people that believe in the same thing. And so in case y'all need to ever write a mission statement, I highly recommend it. It keeps you really focused as an artist. It keeps you focused on your goals as an artist. It keeps you focused even when the world is more chaotic than normal. And you're like, wait, what do I care about again? What do I remember? Like, oh yeah, I care about inner peace and world peace. So I should be practicing what gives me those things and then add that to the world, right? So it kind of became a really simple equation for the most part. And I think some of the things I've either been a part of or that I've helped support, I was surprised afterwards, right? When I helped build like these 2 gender equal schools, I was just like, yo, a friend of mine was doing that work already. And I was like, the next time you do that, please let me know. Like the next time you're putting together a group of people to go do that, I want to be a part of it. And then like after we did that, it was like a 2-week beautiful trek, y'all. And I highly recommend y'all do this in case you ever want to get involved in any kind of school building or volunteer work. The group is called buildon.org. And when I came back from it, I was changed easily forever. And I was more aware now that even that school we built was gender equal. It was mandatory for it to be a gender equal school. And when I really looked at that, getting back from that trip, I was like, oh, snap, I care about gender equality then, don't I? Oh, snap, what? I didn't even know I started caring about that. It was crazy. And then I started being more conscious of the kind of gender equal events I cared about and learning more about it and going to the UN Women had like a chapter here in LA that I would attend every month, every time I could. And it was so great to be informed about just how many atrocities happen to women simply because they're existing as women on this planet, y'all. So again, like I highly recommend any kind of volunteer work you need to know about or learn about. I'm here for you. I know way too many events to not put that information out there. All right, y'all ready for another one? Let me see emojis. Let me see emojis. Let me see hands. I want to make sure y'all are here. Okay. Okay. I know some of y'all are busy though. I know a few people here are like working right now while they're listening, so that's great. I said to people, oh, if you just want to listen and tune in as a podcast, like do that. So I'm glad y'all are here. All right. This is called Still Finding Stillness. This is for the lessons just learned, for the lessons unlearned that burned us. This is for the new you happening every day, the old you who had no idea what to say. For the unfinished sentences that say so much, the metaphors that say more than intended, but still say what you aimed for all the time spent on wordplay, to find out that no amount ever adds up to an amazing quality of store ray and on is stay. For the friendships that have turned tides, which may wash again on your shore, while facing that beautiful ocean front. Remember the feeling of the sand you're standing in. It's sanding away the past you've walked in, exfoliating the weight of the path you've traveled, while anchoring you to a present that is made up of tiny moments scattered upon your toes, so you can walk gently and lovely, sweetly, or urgently into every new step by step, day by day. This is for every TV show title that applies to real life. First Boy Meets World, or even if you are a new girl, Breaking Bad until Good Times. And as much as you may wish for a modern family, when you get so upset and ask, who's the boss? Just to end up in an Arrested Development, really close to being 6 feet under, you can get Saved by the Bell. Appreciate The Price is Right, back when you were pulling out weeds as chores and weren't bored multiplying numbers to get good grades, not be a slave to an office, but rather a good addition to your community and not some crazy animaniac. This is for the insomniacs that maybe haven't yet tried to truly let sleep come to them. For all the times we think we have to chase dreams, whether they be American, pipe, lucid, or vivid, and think we have to hurt, violate, oppress, resent, condescend, patronize, manipulate, confiscate, confuse, over-contemplate, constrain, control, and simply utterly overpower. When in fact, many of the most beautiful things we have ever accomplished, many of the most lovely feelings we have ever felt, many of the greatest moments of peace have come to us by simply being still. That is a fun one, y'all. Who feels like meditating right now? It's just me? No? Just me? Okay. Totally want to meditate right now. All right, so I have 2.5 poems left. How are we doing on time though, Jess? I've timed it out pretty perfectly, whereas 20 minutes. Okay.
You're doing great. We love it. We love it.
All right, so man, we're gonna jump back into heavy a little bit. This poem, by the way, I need to get better at promoting books. Okay, so look, y'all, these are the books I'm selling. All right. And if anything, this is the book that has most of my poetry in it. And this book is an anthology of great, amazing artists. This is the book that in the I don't know if it's the lighting is good. There we go. This is
I
the
can
book
see it there.
that Nikki Giovanni is in, that Eve Ensler is in, Bob Holman, Itan Thomas, Nancy Mercado, Dave Zerwin, Jessica Katz, Jessica Caramore, y'all. A lot of great poets are in this. I for some reason I think Donnie and Treasure are in here too, just because I don't know. I just assume y'all are in everything too. But this book was made during the pandemic, and it was made out of a workshop, and people came together beautifully to make this happen. So I was just happy to submit and be a part of it as well. So you can go back a little bit if you want to 2020, but at the same time, of course, some of the topics here are happening still to this day, and you'll know what I'm talking about. This is called White, Wrong, Right. White, wrong, right. I keep looking. I keep looking. I almost squint to black to see the reason, excuse, justification, mistake slip up, the moment where a cop doesn't mean to execute someone. The knee he thought wasn't too much, since the suspect could still say, I can't breathe. Apparently someone can breathe to speak the sentence like Mr. Garner, Mr. Ambler, Mr. Ellis, and Mr. McLean spoke before their breaths were stolen, choked into hashtag. Maybe he threatened the cop's life, and the cop had to retaliate with two other cops restraining his body, forcing him down with knee to throat, hand on thigh, comfortable, but threatened. Yeah, I get it. But something is off with this story. That's right. I'm looking for answers of why I am abused from abuser. I'm asking rapists to explain why they raped me. I'm Iraq, Somalia, Vietnam, asking the US to heal me after you lie, invade, and bomb me. I'm a torso asking a knife to not stab me. After being sliced for centuries, I can look for reasons all day and night, all week and month, all year, and 400 more. I know the answers have been there. The reasons are clear. Our current police evolved from slave patrols, preventing uprisings and revolts. Then when slavery ended, they were still used to keep tabs on Black America, even helped enable the white fable of protection from the scary Black man. Since the birth of this nation helped the setting of fires and dropping of bombs on Black cities like Philadelphia, 1985, back to Black Wall Street, 1921, Tulsa, 30 plus city blocks burned. 300 dead, 800 injured, Black children, men, women integrated with white building rubble, buried in mass graves, no funeral. The white murderous mob had no arrests, no peaceful protest, yet they got their justice. And we keep getting attacked or hung with ropes and ropeless lynches, bullets to chest or knees to neck until life flinches slowly out of our bodies. He called for his mother, who is already what he will soon be, a knee. So many Caucasian patriots didn't enjoy when a football player took one for his fellow citizens fallen, an idea suggested to him by a Green Beret to show respect in his protest even more. Twice, 2 Black men raised fists at Olympics. The time still wasn't right or appropriate enough, apparently, when a king fell assassinated during his unpopular peaceful protest, 1968, when another king fell in 91 from cops beating him in a circle with batons, brain damage from 11 skull fractures. He learned to forgive. But should we? I don't want to keep being right about the idea that so many of you don't care about Black life. You keep adding more or only to Black Lives Matter. You keep stuffing words in us like lies and police reports, like drugs into black cities, like bullets into children. Please, prove me wrong. I'm trying to be wrong. I want to be wrong so much. Just show me that I'm wrong. I need to be wrong. If you are white, I love you. Don't confuse pain for hate. See all hate as pain, relate. Please kindly prove me wrong with your actions, not just your words, with your compassion, not just your logic, with your humanity, not your politician, with your love, not your sympathy, and with your honesty, not your shame, with your empathy minus the blame. Since somehow we keep dying because you say everything is in my mind, that America is fine, a few bad apples, even though those good cops who whistle blow are cast out as rotten. You say everything is all right, just some reform, just more body cams that they keep turning off, that they keep not wearing, that they keep recording us being murdered. And I know not all cops are racist. I know we had a black president. I know he was white too. And I know about black crime in Chicago, but that's not the topic. Let's talk about you. I know white and all people get brutalized. I know that's true, but your heartfelt truths and your well-meaning lies and your constant race debates that always deflect, they're just another arm, another rope, another knee around my Thanks for listening, y'all. Thanks for listening. So as you can see, I definitely don't do that poem too often, but I know that I still need to do it. And if anything, I've chosen myself to be that type of black person that's willing to bridge gaps of white misunderstanding or white actual misinformation that I keep seeing is out there, y'all. So, you know, not every black person, of course, has to do that work or is mandatory to do that work, because it is heartbreaking sometimes. It is mind-shattering sometimes. But I will share that every time someone does hit that point, you know, every time a white brother or sister tells me, oh shit, oh no, I get it. I didn't see it that way before. Or every time they go, you know what, Sean, we had that one conversation, man. And you know what, I did end up going to a Black Lives Matter rally that next week. Or someone that even said to me one time that they were thinking they were being judged for being white, for not being allowed into these Asian dorms that was on a school campus. And I explained to him, like, hey, do you know the history of that school and maybe the kind of Asian crimes that happened, that maybe that's why those people wanted their own dorm area to feel safe and secure with people of their same culture? And I kid you not, y'all, this is a friend of mine for years, and he genuinely had never thought of that perspective until I brought it to him. And it's still surprising to see how much just one little drop of perspective given in a way that's sincere and matters can change someone's life, and then prevent, possibly how I look at it, from that kind of misinformation being spread around until another cop sees another video that makes them hate Black people for some reason of the misinformation in this video. And then they're less likely to really be mindful with how they use those guns. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the angle I've been going at with this kind of work and those kind of conversations. And thank y'all for listening again. I know this is a very tired topic for some of us. Some of us, maybe it's a new topic. So, you know, whether you're old or new to it, it's still something that continues to affect, I'd say, my life and people around me that I know. And I always hope that it never impacts yours, you know? So, whew, all right. I got one more poem for y'all. Unless, you know what? Unless, Jess, do you want another person to go up, or anyone else that was still wanting to share? Because I got another poem to share that I think feels good to end with. But if someone's feeling up like they have a poem right now that goes with this feeling right now, I'm down for that too. I'm curious.
All right, we'll put the call out there. Anybody else? Would anybody else like to share? Or is anybody compelled to speak on where we're going here?
Yes, Brooke. Oh, I was hoping you'd say that. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, Brooke, you down? Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
All
Thank
right,
you so
Brooke.
much.
Just welcome her to the mic, Tonalli Thursday.
Thank you so much. I've been so blessed by this time. Sean, thanks so much for telling about it. And I'm in that group with the poetry workshop. And so it was through Sean that I first learned about poetry, and it has changed everything. And then I also am definitely one of those white people in his life that he's given grace to, and had those conversations and just things I was super unaware. So in this vein of what we were just kind of talking, this is a poem I wrote about history. And one of I've taken workshops from Sean before, and they're so great. I've learned so much. And Sean, like, I've learned to move in my poems now, you know, but I won't do that too much, right? Because we're on like Zoom, but anyway, so I'm going to try, because like sometimes I'm going to be history and sometimes I'm going to be a country, but it's called History's at the Door. So those of us with the most money and in positions of power in our country are over at the dinner table, and we're hunched over a meal and we're eating, and we're working hard and overtime trying to ignore cries of suffering and injustice from our own national history knocking at the door. And meanwhile, history's over here begging us, hey, please don't disown me because of my gore. Don't just bring my hat or coat to the table and call it good, what is put on to cover up. I actually have a whole body out here that's bleeding, needing your attention. And hey, it's one that's intimately connected with your own needed healing, but we turn away because we're fighting over the dinner table and who gets what and who is worthy, and we're throwing elbows and we're battling over servings, and we're hoarding and gorging on all we can as fast as we can between mouthfuls, half-heartedly coming up with the so-called plan about the people dying and crying currently. And now history's at the door screaming more urgently, saying, hey, I know you don't think you want to see me. Think letting me in would rock the dinner time conversation, force awkward silences, uncomfortable points, maybe even pushing for redistributing this meal you're eating more fairly. Think I would insist on bringing more chairs, maybe even causing people to want to roll in a new infinite circular table and end hierarchical scarcity seating. And we pause and think, maybe this could work. But that isn't what we know yet. And we're scared, and we're thinking to ourselves, we have to fight and be concerned about me and mine. So meanwhile, between rush bites of supper, we're adding locks and buying and loading guns, and we're putting on noise canceling headphones to buffer and distort truth. And we're hanging on blackout blinds because God forbid any natural light shines in. But the pounding at the door is getting louder, shaking the walls and foundation of this very house, desperate to be heard. History's full on howling now. I'm not coming to take something away. I'm here on the business of saving. This house you're eating dinner in is sinking, carbon monoxide leaking, and your greed is distracting you. Speak out against this barricade you're reinforcing in your heart and schools with banned books and lies and misinformation about CRT complicitly working for free with white supremacy. I'm out here with the whole complex truth. And hey, I'm hanging with some others you're keeping at arm's length, like compassion and honor and some of y'all's personal integrity. And out here, there's no lack of it. Open the door and step out into it. Take an uncensored breath of it, infinite. Study and accept me fully, and I'll help carry you and guide you to create a new chapter in U.S. history that honors everyone's inherent sacred worth and humanity, a beautiful feast with seconds and thirds and dessert too. Enough. There's enough.
and more for everyone hungry. Embrace me, your history. I'm not the threat you think I am. If you open the door to me, it's your own freedom you'll find. Your avoiding and denying me doesn't threaten my existence. I stand whether you ever admit or look on me or not. But I cry out that your acts of denying are active steps towards your own dying. You're sick. You're suffering. And you're in grave danger of worse, America. History says, I'm not here to harm you. I'm your God-given wisdom. To the prayers for guidance and deliverance, answer the door, America. God is trying to save you. Thank you.
Woo, woo, woo. Y'all can unmute.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fire.
Oh, that was a good balance. That felt right. That felt right.
I love that. History is your wisdom, the wisdom you're trying to teach us. Freaking amazing. Great poem.
Yes. Yes.
One
Perfectly
of your students, huh? Yeah, Sean, you're doing great.
Thank you. I mean, I couldn't have timed that out better. And that was a great, I haven't heard that piece before. So it's amazing. And I feel like, if anything, let me promote your book as well. Yes, you have a book. Do you want to say what the title of the book is?
It's called In Hope. And I took poems that I wrote that first year with the workshops with Sean in 2020. And then I've self-published it on Amazon, and anyone who bought one, the money goes to Equal Justice Initiative. So when it's one of those things, you start taking these workshops with Sean, you're like, I have more power than I think I did, to like make a difference. And it really, like, there's so many, it's so like endless ways to make a positive difference. So anyways, thank you, Sean.
You're so welcome. So welcome. I'm happy now to end my featured piece after that. That felt right. It felt good to share the stage with you again as well. So thanks, bro.
Oh, hold on. We have one more guest for the open mic, and then I'd like to close with you, Sean.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Donnie is taking the challenge.
Okay. I was thinking we were gonna end with Donnie.
That's all good.
All right.
Brooke's book link is in the chat box too, y'all. And by the way, I just want to say that I went ahead, you got to plug the poets, you got to help, because a lot of y'all get shy, and I know I get like that too. But, tip a poet, our featured guest, they have, I think Katherine has a Zelle. I put her Zelle info in there, and Sean has a Patreon. And if there's something better, Sean, you want to private message me, I'll also put that in the chat. But, or grab, order a book, whatever you'd like to do, or just share it. If you can't buy it, it's all good. Just, share the information and keep the effect of the poetry continuing. So righteous. Okay, Donnie, it's all you.
Thank you all. Congratulations, Sean. Congratulations, Katherine. And great to hear everybody else. And yeah, I didn't want to disappoint Sean. He asked me, so I feel bad saying no to Sean, as you could imagine. And this is a good month to do a tribute to womanhood. Beware the myth as tight as noose that would keep me from you. You think man like this don't love like this. Don't you know I exist to tell you that rain wants to fall twice and again once it knows it has bathed you. You have to know the stars don't twinkle, they tremble at the shrug of you, the epic kiss of you. When I look at you, I see the glint in the eyes of tigers at dawn, mating in the mist as if the first of Eden. You think man like this don't love like this. You think talk like this don't pray like this. Why else would I hear your mother's name every time I inhale the heat from the tips of each of your fingers? You have to know that original man invented drum as soon as he saw you sway your hips. Every time you dance, a child on the lip of heaven is craving to be born in you. You think man like this don't love like this. I am not contradiction. I am kaleidoscopic. I am the sum of all your colors. Every time you turn me, I am dazzled in the grace of your hands. You think man like this don't love like this. I am cello strings humming as you draw your breath across me. You are the only possibility, if anything in this life tastes like God. You think man like this don't love like this. This is not sweat. This is a body in full weep for you. I don't need you to forgive me. I need you to continue each other until whatever, forever we choose. And if I have a single doubt about you, it is smaller than the beginning of small. You think man like this don't love like this. You think man like this don't love like this. You think I womanize. But I am here to tell you that I aspire to woman eyes that don't squint or look away and blink only to give the spell rhythm. Because of you, I want to see and with ease what a dream dreams in the softness of its own sleep. You think, man like this, don't love like this. You have to know that Eve's greatest sin was not in the offer of the apple, but in not knowing her man could not resist. You think, man like this, don't love like this. I am not paradox. I am not 180 degrees. I am lying in wait for that curl at the end of your smile to spin into a personal sun so I can launch into orbit around you. You think man like this don't love like this. You think few like this don't crew like this. You think one like this don't two like this. You think me like this don't you like this. Girl, don't you know I would hide inside of a chill if it was the only way I could move you. And if we flip it, I would invite you as vampire because blood clings to whatever frees it. You are lava and avalanche and quake, and I am tsunami devastating all who would impede me as I rush back to you. Girl, don't you know I would spit inside the chamber of hell even the devil fears just to prove that I am warrior for you. And at the end of all this, if you still think that I have not loved you enough, I will be born infant again just so I can love you from first cry to the day I up and die. Do you think man like this don't love like this? Thank you all.
Ooh, that was
Come on now.
fantastic.
Come on now.
Hey, you can't go hiding, Donnie. Come on now. Get your love. Get your love. That was amazing.
I knew y'all appreciate Donnie. I knew y'all appreciate that. I know. Woo!
That was so empowering. Oh my goodness.
I appreciate you.
Righteous. Thank you for writing that.
That is one of my favorite poems, Donnie. Like every time I hear it.
Right.
Caught up.
Got a fan club, Donnie. We want to bring you back. We want to bring you back to feature. That was wonderful. Y'all can come back. Hit us up, Los Angeles Poet Society, on Instagram, or Los Angeles Poet Society at Gmail. We'd love to bring y'all back and have you have your own time as featured guests. So,
of course,
stranger.
I will positive peer pressure all of you to be featured on here. Okay.
No, we would love to have you. I love that. It's always great to meet new writers and creatives and just extend the LA Poet Society family, you know. Ooh, we got one. Ooh, okay.
Are we ready for treasure? Yeah. Can we have time for another one? Yeah.
Well, we're a little beyond our time, but we started late. It was my bad.
Okay, that's true.
I'll give you guys. We'll do 10 more minutes. If everybody's good, if you can say it's okay, you know, we love you. Okay. If you know, we'll go for that. All right. So actually, Garuna wanted to share another piece, but how do I say it? Trige.
So Frank,
I'd love to hear you too. You want to share something?
I would love to, and I'm torn because we're in Black history and women history and love, and Donnie shared that beautiful love poem. So since I am Black and woman, I will share a poem about that and the double entendre of that existence.
So we'll have Trige, and then Karuna, and then Sean. That's it. We're gonna cap it, and because I also have an announcement and a couple announcements. All right, here we go.
Okay. To be Black and woman. To be Black and woman is to write myself free in invisible ink. I am the canon in the fictional genre of American history, all things queen and regal, yet still cliche. To be Black and woman is to be a fire next time, while helping you harness that fire to burn me with it, lay waste to my self-esteem with appropriated versions of me, become Meg and the stallion she rode in on, specimen and the sideshow, Hottentot and WAP. To be Black and woman is to carry a torch for my own lynch mob, hung, high fashion on display so the world can parcel my features to the highest bidder. To be Black and woman is to always be for sale, on clearance, or just plain given away, to have my value discounted by the ones that window shop my identity, a novel idea no one is willing to pay full price to live with. No one has paid more for this life than us. To be Black and woman is to be present and to present a vault of receipts for the last statement and still have you disagree. To be Black and woman is to be both the meal and the stove it's cooked on, source and resource, used and consumed, seen and erased. To be Black and woman is to offer my body as collateral damage and unsolved mystery, an apology to the rope that found its way around your neck in an empty cell, to the forceps that stole your legacy without your consent, to the walls that caught the bullets that missed. To be Black and woman is to be a hashtag without a guilty verdict, to offer my name just long enough to incite riots, but not long enough to bring justice, to turn my face into a discarded talisman. To be Black and woman is the same breath, in the same breath, is to birth a nation and be left for dead on the operating table, an experiment in how much the body can hold without your permission. Be Black and woman is to ask permission to live, demand permission to live, expect the right to live, and still die trying. Thank you for listening.
Come on now. Come on now. What?
Wow. Damn. I feel that. A lot.
You made me want to do all my Black poems right now. You made me want to do all of them right now.
Yeah, I had the candle lit when Sean read his piece. The 20, I felt compelled to light the candle for our lost brothers and sisters, but for women too. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, and thank you for putting everything into that piece. Like, yo, you somehow condensed so much, just present and history and current cultural norms and the norms even we don't even like, the ones that we embrace. All that you put all of that in there beautifully. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, that was power. I was like, that's a manifesto right there. Like, damn. So it's so good. And I've heard other, sisters share their truth, and a lot of it, I mean, you spoke truth, and it's a shared truth. And it's like, oh, you went there. And it's so much power though. It's so much power. Thank you for that poem. Yes. Okay, we're gonna bring up, let's see, Karuna, and then we'll have Sean's finale, his finale. All right, Karuna, you're up.
Thank you. I got inspired by Donnie and Brooke and Sean and a few others here, and I felt like to share this piece. And Tresha, if I may, Treshy. Since this is we are talking about Women's Month and Black History Month, I have a piece that I wrote a few years ago, and I shared it at Plantic's event, and I'll bring it back to life again. And this is dedicated to all the women all over the world, the daughters, the sisters, and the women. The title is, Where Do We Exist? The title also is a part with a tagline called Pain, Sorrow, Shame, and Guilt. We have come a long way. We have come through a journey of knowing pain, sorrow, shame, and guilt. How could we remain this way? We have been through traditions, religions, yet to define a position in this region. Where do we exist? We exist in homes in the form of deities and goddesses. We nurture and nourish the souls of this spiritual nation. Yet we go through the same pain, sorrow, shame, and guilt. We have so much to offer other than a female body. We are love as caregivers and protectors. We are consistently in sacrificing for happiness of those we've loved, like Mother Earth, flowing through compassion, like river, flowing through rocks to reach its destination. All in all, we are one. Then why hurt us so much? I asked the women in the shadows of her pain to rise up and speak. Speak the story of pain, sorrow, shame, and guilt. Come forward and share your story, as we are all connected in some way. Let the healing begin. Talk about your journey. Pain, sorrow, shame, and guilt. No more to the forces that bring us to this feeling. Try again, rise again. We have come a long way. We have come through a journey of knowing pain, sorrow, shame, and guilt. Yet to define our position in this region, where do we exist? Thank you.
Y'all can unmute. Thank you so much. Woo.
That was the first poem I ever heard Karuna share at the other event, and it was great. It was just still hits. Thank you.
Yeah, this was during pandemic after I lost my dad. A lot of I would say regressive trauma that surfaces up, and then you work through those healing, untying all the bonds, the trauma bonds, and untying all the reasons why I was holding on to all those feelings. And then also I think there was a lot of fear I had about not writing, and why I wasn't writing, because there was a lot of shame, associated with that. So I believe that was my breaking point that, allowed me to put myself in that writing spaces. And I'm just happening to be more like a fierce force to express myself in words, besides being creative in art. So, I'm slowly growing, and I'm really learning from everybody here. And sometimes the words are just feelings, but they come through strong.
Absolutely. It's brave. They're brave words, a lot of brave words tonight, like truth. I mean, honestly, that's always been my favorite poetry. When people are real and bringing real perspective, real experience, or even if it's not your own personal experience, but what you witness, I mean, it's likely you're not the only one witnessing it, feeling it, thinking it, questioning it. You know what I mean? That's a lot of power in our ability through our art, through our expression, sharing, speaking up, and making these connections. We find our people, and we get louder and stronger. And I love it. I love how y'all are connected too. You came to support Sean, but y'all have so much fire of your own fire that you're bringing and inspiring each other to share. And I'm glad you're here. And Tonalli Thursdays, your open mic. We're here for you. We're here every first Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. We also have One Mic, One Globe, which is another Zoom open mic on the last Thursday of the month. So you're all welcome to join us there. Or if you're in the LA area, we have some in-person events as well. But I'm really, really happy and honored that y'all are sharing your time with us here tonight. And we're celebrating Katherine Preza and Sean Hill. And I know Sean's going to close it out with another piece. Again, thank you all for hanging over time. And it's poet time. Poet time's always fashionably late. I love y'all. So we're gonna throw it over back to Sean.
You know how many open mics we do where it's like, oh, it's only 1 a.m. We still got more time. Like, wait, what? No, this ended at 10. What are y'all doing, right? It's good times, y'all. Good times. And let me shout out real quick to the poet I will be featuring with March 17th at Beyond Baroque. Freaking Missy Fuego. Yo, this is a beast of a book, and it's called Root for the Underdog, and there's like 4 or 5 features that we'll be doing together. So yeah, I'll make sure y'all know about that stuff in case you can go. No rush, no pressure. Whenever I promote stuff, I'm like that no pressure marketing guy, by the way. So people got families. Like people I'm like, yo, you're good. Like you don't need to buy my book. I want you to feed your baby for sure. Just do that first, then we'll talk. Okay. It's like, anyway. And in the sake of doing more bladder holding poems, I want to end with one long piece that I don't normally share either. And I need to share this one more. I'll dedicate it to moms as well. specifically moms. And oh, let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. Don't worry. I'm gonna end y'all on a good note. Don't worry. Okay. Don't worry. All right. Oh, I love y'all. This is bonded. We bonded so good tonight. Whew. All right. This is called Supernova Battle Cry. Our war is inspirational, proudly patriotic. Our duty, a must, a necessary evil, a justified attack, a way of the world, no other route. Until you find out how mothers have the best battle cries when a son dies, sometimes not enough pieces of them left to ship home, a black hole, endlessly creating itself in parents' hearts. Believing war is necessary to bring peace, is thinking drowning necessary to breathe air. We teach our children to solve problems and misunderstandings through dialogue, compromise, the sacrifice of pride. But as adults, we send the same children to wars. We built them weapons to fight for, ideals we all don't really believe in, a last resort, no other way, self-defense, freedom. This is just how it is. The greatest untold battles are fought in our hearts and minds. Not taking the time to truly apply a new solution has become a tired tale. We no longer fall asleep. We have practiced more patience to hate other humans in wars than develop love for someone else, which we can change by rearranging our priorities of which book we want to read first from off our shelves. The book of last resorts is better to read if we're planning vacations. The book of no other way is really a lazy read for not trying harder or applying perspective. The book of self-defense has been more of a stubborn belief that our life is more important than another because they have a different culture we don't fully understand. And this book is based on a true story. Historically, I see the last book we often read, the book of freedom. This old shelf holding, this old story. We think these are self-help books. They turn out to be self-hurt. Establishing freedom by killing in wars is an arranged marriage attitude, hoping what we put in place is the best for both parties without fully knowing and caring who and what they want within. Ever within, we can begin to stop these wars. Weapons fall when hearts think. Then suns will rise, our souls will blink. We can't fight if there are no soldiers or believers of war on either side. When soldiers decide it is better to live for their ideals than die for their country who made their ideals. Dying for their country, dying for our countries, in fact, hurting our country by taking away our precious lives, fracturing our lovely families, minusing a father, mother, sister, brother, all the same in the name of honor, but not in integrity. To know why we fight, to know the history of who we are before the end of this book, find out what it means to be human. We can choose to help human leaders who make mistakes like the rest of us, figuring things out by standing down, sitting down, and enjoying a show together. Make some art that will heal wounds so much sooner than making new ones. Believe me, it works. I've seen it. I've heard it. Felt it. I've read it. The works of people, war-torn, who mend themselves in the silence and peace of reading, understanding poetry, peace on a canvas, peace in writing, peace on that big screen, peace in creating a theater scene, peace in writing a story, peace in making laughter, peace in making peace inside, putting together pieces that we thought we could hide with bombs and bullets, thought we could stuff good intentions inside ammunition, but really inside us, inside all of us that believe in war, there is a bomb we can dismantle. There is a bullet we don't need to fire. There is a fire we don't ever need to set. And I don't know exactly what will happen when we push reset, but I do know it is the best step towards the direction of love. Real love for each other, ourselves, real self-reflection of the complaints we are cancered of saying, and beautiful, realistic world peace will be ours for the making, ours for the creating, ours for the enjoying, and finally, we can put an end to creating black holes in the hearts of parents. We can start keeping our new dawns, our new suns, burning their light fiery, spinning true, keeping our solar systems aligned, lovely and brightly, brightly, alive, 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 stay. Thanks for listening, y'all. Thank you for listening. And the last thing I'll say that I always end any feature with is this was my favorite quote in the world that keeps me going. It's better to light a candle than to curse the dark. It is better to light a candle than to curse the dark. I don't get tired of saying it. If you get tired of me saying it, I don't really care, because it's one of those quotes, y'all, that I think the more we apply it, the more we remember it. Then when we add love, understanding to a situation, even in the most crazy situations, right? Even the most hated situations, even if they're chemically imbalanced sometimes, adding love to it, I've seen wonders work. And I've never seen that go backwards in a way, you know what I mean? So I really appreciate y'all for all the light you keep adding to the world. This was like, I felt like it's my birthday today. Y'all made me feel way too special, way too special. And then Kathy, oh my God, Catherine, if you're still here, it was great to share the stage with you. And I hope you keep sharing your poetry and you keep even getting over those nerves, girl, because it was great to witness. And we're all looking forward to her, I think, playing guitar. Yes, because I want to see that guitar action for sure. So again, thank you, Jess, for having me. Anything else you'd like to say? Thank you. Thank you for the space, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, let's hear it for Sean. Sean Hill, y'all. Y'all can unmute. It's all good. Share some love. Show some love. I got the candle lit for all of the lost. And also for everybody's heart. Keep that fire. Be contagious. Y'all have
Thanks
power.
for vibing. Thanks for vibing and raising the vibrations at a higher frequencies today. Much needed. Thank you.
Woo-hoo. That was all of us. Collective consciousness, y'all. Collective.
Right? Doesn't get old. Sure.
Incredible. Awesome. That was fire tonight. Literally, I mean, y'all, you know, that's the thing about the open mics, you know. You never know the direction it navigates. It's all very organic, at least with mine. Like, I know there's some that are very structured, like 3 minutes hit, get off. I don't care if you're still in the middle of your set. You know, I'm like, let people have their time. Let's hear each other. Everyone's got truth. Everyone's got power. Everyone has the right to be heard, right? And that's what we're here for. And I feel like we learn from each other. The perspectives are shared. Y'all, you know, Donnie was empowering me with his woman poem. Sean was getting me like, oh man, why are they oppressing women? Why are they oppressing Black folks? Why are they so kill? You know, like, but that's what this platform is for. Like, to hear those messages, to know that you're not alone, or to rally up folks, to, you know, to open one's eyes to those truths that may not be shared or known of, you know. That's what this is about. And I'm grateful to all y'all. I love you. Thank you for being here. I do have an announcement I want to screen share, and I did also put a flyer in the chat box, and then we'll wrap up with a group picture. I love taking group pictures, so all this is going to be on Instagram pretty soon. I know I got a million windows. Okay, here's what I wanted to show you. So this is the Los Angeles Poet Society's Instagram. So please, you know, add us. Whoopsie. Yeah. Add us if you're not already following us. But I want to invite you to this event that's happening this Saturday. We're having our Southeast Los Angeles Poetry graduation and open mic. It's going to be at the Southgate Museum and Art Gallery. It's free. We're going to have all types of goodies. We're celebrating. We had 2 workshops that were sponsored by the Eastside Arts Initiative. And they were 6 sessions each, one in Huntington Park, one in Southgate. So all those writers are, sharing their work, and it's an open mic that we're hosting 12 to 2. So you're welcome if you're in the LA area to join us in the flesh, share your work, or just enjoy the event. But I wanted to invite you all personally to that. And also on Monday, we have our Meditation Monday, which is really, it's just self-care for the writer. This is on Zoom. So all these flyers are on our Instagram. That's why I was showing you, if you're not following us, you can just go there to Instagram/Los Angeles Poet Society. But if you're interested in being a part of Meditation Monday, we don't record it. We keep it very private. But if you want to join, there's our Zoom code to join. And one of the well, I don't want to say the last. I always say that, and then I'm like, oh, not the last. I want to invite everybody to submit work. We have a couple calls for submission right now. We have a literary journal called Acid Verse, and we accept all genres of work. We from poetry to visual art. Oops, this isn't that. Sorry, it looked like it. That's also from the Acid Verse. They're having a reading in NorCal.
I believe you. I believe you.
But yeah, look at this is all our archive. We've been busy. We've been putting prompts together for Black History Month and Love Month, but there is a call for submissions. You know what? I'm going to take you to our website. If you don't follow us on Instagram, that's all good. You can join us, but also go lapoetsociety.org. That's our website. If you go to poetry and click on submissions.
Yes. And also I'll promote real quick for you too, real quick with this book. Y'all did this Acid Verse Queer Uprising Volume 1. And that's, this is this kind of stuff you can submit to. That it's professional, y'all. Just make sure it's
oh yeah, thank you.
Collection of poets, y'all. And there's so many themes that I just wanted to support y'all on there. It's great. But by all means, sorry, I could have.
No, I love it. No, thank you so much. I'm glad you have a copy. Woo woo. Yeah, and right now we're reprinting our volume 2. So I'll jump to Acid Verse and then I'll go to this anthology. But yeah, Acid Verse volume 3. Right now we have a call for submissions, and the theme is music. So the editors are Rosie Alonso and Sol con Carne, Soledad con Carne. And they ask, have you ever heard a song and wrote a poem in response, or made a painting? Or is song music simply a muse to one of your pieces? Katherine, I know you have a few of these. I hope you submit some of your work. So they're making this into like, a book, a visual, an actual text, and they're making a playlist, an MP3 playlist of all these submissions, essentially down the line we can make this into like a spoken word kind of disc as well. But it's all about music. So if you have any musically inspired work or pieces, and also songs, why not? Please submit. Our submissions, the deadline is March 15th. They might extend it, but right now March 15th is our deadline. And you can send it to submissions@lapoetsociety.org. So if you go to our website, on the main page there, we announced it on our main page. You can just click to get to this, where at this page I'm at. Also, we are a social justice focused press, and cutie BIPOC focused as well, queer, trans, Black, Indigenous people, color. Anyhow, we have a call for submissions for an anthology we're putting together, No More Stolen Sisters. So this is on the topic of murdered, missing Indigenous women, girls, Two-Spirit. So we want to include stories, memories, memoir, photo, art, poetry, like anything you have. It could be about a particular person or on the situation, or you can just share about, I'm really hoping to get some pieces about some of the women or girls, some of the actual people, so that this document, memorializes them. If they're not still with us, this is a way that we can extend their name and their light and create their legacy. So again, all the submissions go to submissions@lapoetsociety.org. So I'll put this in the chat, the link in the chat here, but that's what I wanted to show you. my son is here. He's like, Mom, I know baby soul. Okay, they want to see. Of course, I know Sean knows him.
And
Hold on.
I make her, and I make, now I
He's talking about Play-Doh.
No,
Look, want to say hi to the people? Look and say hi, people.
I Poet Society.
No, he said hi, Poet Society. This is Sol. So when you talked about the soul, the shoe or the sun, I thought you meant my baby soul.
Yeah.
Growing up so fast.
My sister's the moon.
Yeah, he has a sister named Luna.
No. Are y'all writing poetry too? Y'all write poetry as a family, I bet, huh?
He calls himself a poet, and I'm like, I put him on the spot. I'm like, okay, tell me a poem. And he's like, I don't have anything. But Luna, my daughter, she is songwriting already. She's only 5, and she's already like, she's on the piano. She's made a few songs already, and I'm just like, and it's not me. Her dad is Juan Flautista. Music all the time in this house. Music, poetry, art. Anyway. So that's what I wanted to mention. I just want to invite you guys to submit your work. Join us at the open mic this weekend. There's always stuff happening. Follow us on Instagram. There's so many ways to be a part of it. Catherine put together all these amazing quotes celebrating women and women identified. We're planning a Roar 5 this month. Roar is it used to be called the Women's Roar. Basically it's like a festival of women identified. One of my good friends is like, I don't identify as a woman, I'm a femme, I'm a femme. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say Women's Roar. I don't want to exclude you because I need you there. So the inclusive title is just called the Roar, y'all. Yes, Roar. And last year was the first time we actually had a gentleman be part of our Roar, because his spirit, he's such a feminist, and so they're there for us. I don't know. I just feel, so we had our first gentleman featured at the Roar. So anyway, we're planning that for this month, and more to come on all that. We're still organizing, but lots of ways to be a part of the LA Poet Society.
So cool.
All right. Any last words? Because then I want to take our group picture. We could take a sweet one. Everybody can put their camera on. Who's
ready for that group photo? I love a good group photo.
And then we do a crazy group picture. So I like to go just like whatever you consider your best picture.
Yeah.
And then, oh, that's my daughter. There's Luna.
I'll do that too.
Luna's in the picture. You say, hi, people. Hi, Poet Society.
What up? You gonna join the photo too? Yeah? Yes, so?
You want to be in the picture with us? Oh, she doesn't. She just wants to show you.
Oh, okay, no problem. Thank you for sharing. Can they be in the photo with us? I hope they can join the photo.
All right. All right, y'all, ready for this group picture?
Let's do it.
All right, so yeah, cameras out. Here we go. Smile, everybody. Cheese. Tonalli. All right, I'll take another one. One more regular one. Woo. Oh, you're all styling like, hey. It's like this angle over here. All right, now let's do a wild one. Oh,
Donnie, you don't gotta be so smooth. Don't be so smooth, Donnie. Okay, you ain't gotta.
All right, and your crazy poet picture. All right, cheese.
Oh, we got the cat too, Scott. Nice.
All right.
Nice.
All right, y'all. Love you. One love. Be safe. Catch us next month for Tonalli Thursday. Always the first Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. on Zoom Pacific.
I miss y'all already.
Thank you, Sean Hill. Thank you, Katherine Preza. Let's give it up for Catherine and Sean.
Oh, appreciate y'all. High five, Kathy. High five.
Yeah, I love it. I was happy to bring y'all together. All right, y'all.
Have a great night, y'all.
Thank you for everybody that shared. Lots of love. Be safe out there, and hope
to see you.
Au revoir.
I want to hug all of you.
Bye, guys. Bye, Catherine. You kicked butt, sis. Bye.